is the praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. Pentecostal fire, stirring something new. You're not gonna run out of miracles anytime soon. Resurrection power runs in my veins too. Yeah, I believe there's another miracle here in this room. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. Oh, this is the praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. Yeah. My God is able to save and deliver and heal and restore anything that He wants to. Just ask the man who was thrown on the bones of Elisha if there's anything that He can do. Just ask the stone that was rolled at the tomb in the garden. What happens when God says to move? I feel Him moving it now. I feel Him doing it now. I feel Him doing it now. Do it now. Do it now. This is the sound of dry bones rattling. This is the praise, make a dead man walk again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. Open the grave, I'm coming out. I'm gonna live again. This is the sound of dry bones rattling.
All right, y'all. As you get on here, please share the video tonight. Won't take you just a second to share it. We won't keep you long tonight. I just want to give a quick update and give you let you know what's going on.
In the Holy Ghost, I hear the sound. Can you hear it say, I hear the sound. I hear the sound. Hey, prophesy, say live, live. Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Live, live. Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
All right, everybody. Good to see everybody on here tonight. Such short notice. I apologize. Normally, at one time we were doing Sunday night broadcasts, and I may get back to that real soon. If you would like to see that, comment in the comment section. Let me know. We may just jump right back in the bandwagon to do that every Sunday night about 7 or 7:30. We used to do it and used to be, have a pretty good following with it. Just wanted to take a few minutes, and I hope everybody can hear me okay tonight. I had to do some adjustments on the sound equipment and things like that in here. And but I wanted to give a quick update real quick about the podcast. I apologize last Tuesday. We did not have the podcast. We had some technical difficulties about the platform and everything. That's straightened out right now. So we're good to go on all that coming this Tuesday. Of course, we're here live on the platform tonight. Give you a quick update on what's going on. I just want to thank God for everything He's doing in our ministry and in our church. I had an awesome service today at Fresh Fire Worship Center. If you did not get to see that service, please go back in and watch the message. We had technical difficulties there. We had a power surge in the church. It knocked all of our cameras out, and we had to resort back to using a phone for a camera and doing our live video. But the Lord had given me a message. What are we doing now? And I done part one today, and next Sunday we're going to be doing What Are You Doing part two. And Lord just really showed up in a mighty way, and we appreciate everybody that showed up and listened to it live on the broadcast. So if you hadn't seen it, go back and watch it. But I just want to praise God for all that. I made an announcement before we went live this morning at the church about our podcast platform. Right now, what you're watching is actually not the Facebook page for our podcast. And I'll explain to you the reason why here in just a minute. Right now, you're watching the Fresh Fire Worship Center. It's our church page. Now, if you're on YouTube tonight, I don't know if anybody's on YouTube. We usually have a few on it. But it's actually on the podcast platform of YouTube. But on Facebook, you're on our church page. And the reason being is I have to have we've got one created. Most of you know that. And it takes a certain number of followers to get to that number. If I have and it's a new page, we get 100 followers, that means we can automatically flip over and go live on that page instead of our church page. Yes, we'll be sharing it to the church page, but I want to get to the point where we're using nothing but the Flaming the Fire with Pastor Steve and Friends platform on Facebook. So with all that being said, I made an announcement this morning at church. Hey, I need everybody to get on board with this thing. Let's get it done. So I think this morning when I got out of the bed, we had like 62 followers. It's a new thing. We've been trying to build it up. And Lindsay had this idea of how to get people to jump on this thing and start following. Well, since Lindsay got involved, that's my daughter. She's a children's pastor at our church. We went to how many followers? 91. We have 91 followers on our page right now. So, and that is the Flaming the Fire podcast page. So what does that mean? I need 9 more people to follow our page, right? And then we can explode into what we really want this platform to do just on the podcast, right? As everybody knows, I have a description about our podcast on our podcast page. And you can find it. It's Flaming the Fire with I think, let's see, how's it going to read? Let me look at it real quick before I tell somebody wrong. It's Flaming the Fire with Pastor Steve and Friends is how you'll find it. And but with that being said, I just want to tell you what we're about. And I read this one time before, is the podcast is based on truth. Even though we are a fivefold ministry, and we are a fivefold ministry church, Fresh Fire Worship Center, but our podcast is a kind of an extension, right, or a sister to our church page, and it is a fivefold ministry podcast. We'll discuss not only biblical topics, and I want everybody to understand that and get excited about it. We may have guests at some point in time, and I really want to build it up to that, but I didn't want to do it until we get the podcast page built up and running. But we might not only talk about biblical things going on, but we might talk about, array of topics such as politics and life in general, things that people are dealing with, politics, this crazy world we're living in, and yes, we will be controversial, right? I told somebody, been telling our church, I said, we ought to be the most controversial church in the world. If we're preaching Jesus, you're controversial to the world, right? So I want to preach the love of God and share the love of God with everybody. not only through our ministry at the church, but here on this podcast. But I also want to talk about other things too that excite people and people get involved in it. So understand it's just not going to be about biblical things. However, what I have found out, and Greg Ballou, he usually on here the podcast with me every Tuesday night, and Michelle is too, my wife. You'll generally see, even if we're talking about politics or something, it always resorts back to biblical things. We base everything biblically. So always keep that in mind, in life in general too. So we are here to inform you of real life events that are happening in real time. And there's a lot of things going on, everybody, right now. I mean, we all know that, right? It's nonstop with things going on. So with that being said, this is what I want everybody to do. And I would love to get above 100 followers. That would even be greater. But I got Lindsay sitting over here next to me. And I'm going to go to my page on my phone, on my Facebook, and tell me if I'm doing it wrong, Lindsay, okay? And everybody can see that. I'm on my page. We get
show Sean, because Sean hasn't done it yet.
So,
Do Sean's, because Sean hasn't done it yet. That way.
Okay, so I share it to Sean?
No.
What?
Watch.
Okay, so, all right, so what we'll do, this is Sean, my son-in-law's page. And I don't know if you can see that he's literally was on his page. That is his page. He searched for our page, right, Lindsay?
Yes.
How did I do it? He's on. Okay, right there.
Yeah.
All right, so he pulled it up. There's 3 dots down here to the right. And I don't want to sound like everybody's dumb or something like that, but I want to make sure everybody understands. And you can't always see it on this camera. I'm sorry. But there's 3 dots next to the message. You just hit that 3 dots, right, Lindsay?
Yes.
And you hit share profile.
No, invite friends.
Invite friends. So see, I would have messed up. I'd share a profile. So you want to hit invite friends and hit, don't just hit 1 or 2. Go ahead and just select all. Okay. Just Sean and his. All right. Yeah. Hit select all. It shows everybody there and send invites. Right.
Yep.
So now Sean my son-in-law has sent invite. He's the only ones in the house. He just sent 172 invites to our Flaming the Fire podcast page. Right. And since we've done this, I'm telling you, we have went through the roof just since after lunch, probably about 1:30 when we done this, before I started sharing it. So we had some folks with some, I don't know, maybe they're on here tonight. I don't know, some of the Hemphill family, right? The singing group, they got on here and they're now following in this. And we appreciate you if you're listening. Man, we've been followers of y'all for a long time, and Pastor Kent Christmas and Candy up there in Tennessee. We love them, and we follow them all the time. But we just want you to share this so we can get a bunch of folks on here and get excited about what God's doing, right? Because God's up to something. God's doing a mighty work, right? I'm so excited to even be able to come on here tonight, right? And share what I'm sharing with you tonight since lunch, what God's done about getting our page. And sometimes, I'm going to lie, sometimes it gets discouraging because you don't know how to get people to do it and this, that, and other. But Lindsay come along. It's great to have somebody come along that knows more about it than I do. I'm old school a lot, and these younger folks know more about Facebook and sharing things than I do. So please share it. Do like I said, invite your friends, invite everybody, and tell your friends and do it. Wouldn't it be awesome if Tuesday night? And I believe we're going to make it. I really do. Tuesday night, we're not going to be live here, but we're going to be actually on our Flaming the Fire podcast page, and that's where we want to get to. So please do that. Also, let me share one other thing. So I'm not here to beg for money or anything like that. So you see our Cash App, our donate page, right? This is 100% ministry, right? It's a division of our ministry. Everything is tax deductible if you need that or anything like that. So always remember that. But however, I want you to make sure if you shared if you've donated, and we've regularly having people donate to our ministry to keep this platform live, because we pay for it's just not going live on Facebook. We're doing Facebook, YouTube, and other things, but we have to use a streaming platform to do that. So it costs money and stuff like that. So we have a financial burden that we have to pay for each month to keep this thing going. But what I'm saying is, I'm not begging for money. If you want to donate, that's great. We appreciate you. But if you've donated in the past 4 weeks, let me know, please. Send me a message, call my wife, call me, let me know, because it's been a little, I don't know if somebody maybe has typed something a little wrong. Make sure when you send this to Cash App that you don't get it confused. make sure that you type it in the way it needs to be, of $, Flame in the Fire 2025. And the reason we told 2025, because when we created the actual podcast. So either way, that's what I wanted to come on here just for a few minutes and share with you tonight. So don't forget, hey, God's up to something. God's doing a great work, and I'm so excited. We want to, in the future, real soon, we want to get on here. We're going to, like I said, I didn't want to get guests in here until we got the actual page up and going. I didn't want it just to be on our church page. I want it to be the podcast, because it's a podcast. That's what this thing is. And we've spent a lot of time. Everybody knows the story of how we got our building, at least most people. Maybe I'll share that Tuesday night, because we got a lot of new followers that will be probably hopefully joining us Tuesday night. And I'll share the whole journey, kind of like of how this thing got started. And I won't, keep it long-winded or nothing. Hopefully, y'all know me. I am a preacher, but, I'll try to keep it as short as I can. But it was a journey, right? And it was a great journey. And there's no doubt in my mind it was God that put it together, from anything from our church to where we are now with this podcast. So either way, we love you. We appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody jumping on here tonight. I really do. It means the world to me. I know it generally, it's just, man, I'm talking about just people just lighting up the comments, just comment after comment. And we appreciate you doing that. And, but do that, please. And if you're watching this as a pre-recorded, because this thing will still be on Facebook and YouTube after we get done tonight, you still have the opportunity to go on our page and share it and this, like, and other. So, hey, jump on here, help us out. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. And God is good, right? And just think about in 2025. I know we talked about not long ago how, in 2025, how there was a whole array of things happen, right? And a lot of people went through some difficult times. But in my spirit, I just feel in 2026, God's turning things around in our lives. And listen, I'm not a preacher that's going to preach that everything's going to be hunky-dory all the time, this, that, and other, because I found out it's going to rain on the just and the unjust. We're going to have things arise in our life. But I do know this, that if we trust in the Lord, and I do know this, that my senior pastor, he done went on to be with the Lord from years ago. He always said that God rewards faithfulness. And if we're faithful to the kingdom and faithful to God, God will be faithful to us. And I tell you what, going this 2026, we're the second Sunday into it, and I just want to see a whole bunch of folks saved. I want to see folks healed and delivered and set free. If you don't have a home church, I'm going to use this platform also to talk about our church, right? And yeah, people get mad at me for what I preach sometimes. That's all right. They get mad at a lot of preachers that preach truth, right? And I understand that. And I'm willing to take the hit for it. I'm willing to take the hit for preaching truth, because I found out that the Bible says the truth is what's going to set you free. I'm not a man that's going to stand up here and sugarcoat things either at church or on the podcast. I'm going to call it just like it is. So I want everybody to get excited. I really do. And please invite your friends, your family, get them to share this page, and let's light this thing up. And Tuesday night when I come on here, hopefully y'all be looking. I'll be sending out an announcement that we'll be live on our podcast page. So we appreciate you. We love you. And hey, may God bless you. And we will talk to you Tuesday night, 7:00. May God bless you. Everybody have a great day.